My one big thing. All right. So in episode number 48, 2 months ago, my one big thing looked at the Saudi Ministry of Investment's first quarter 2022 economic review. And Lucy, you may remember, I described it as 56 pages of triumph. Because as observers of Saudi Arabia know, the kingdom is on a notably historic economic tear. I mean, and so anyway, the Ministry of Investment's second quarter investment highlights dropped this past week, and this edition is another 78 pages of triumph. Lucian, I think there may be something wrong with me because I love these reports.
We have another report coming up after this too, so we're report heavy this week. That's okay. These are great.
I think it might be because I've been curating information, news and analysis about Saudi Arabia for so long. I can remember, and it's not too long ago, that how difficult and rare it was to get hard data and current metrics on anything. So these MISA, Ministry of Investment, Saudi Arabia reports are like a fire hose of facts and data and statistics, and yet the presentation and the format are set up so it's an easy read. Anyway, so I can't possibly hit on all or even a healthy percentage of all the stats the report cites. The top line data is something, if you've been watching the show, reflects a really good past performance, economic performance. So the top line data points 11.8% year-on-year real GDP growth, and 5.4% year-on-year non-oil sector growth. There are scads of other metrics. But from me, and I'll go over it, the most interesting takeaway is what the authors of the report choose to highlight, and how they prioritize their topics. Same thing with the first quarter. And in this edition, the sector focus is tourism and hospitality sector in general. And so there's extensive data and target metrics, and there's interviews, which are kind of interesting, with Ahmed AlKhateeb, the Minister of Tourism, John Pagani, CEO, Red Sea Development Company, and Jerry Inzerillo, who's Group CEO of Diriyah Gate Development Authority. All of these, Red Sea Development and the Diriyah Gate, are all sort of hitting important benchmarks right now in terms of getting open and, getting to a point where they can receive and host a lot of guests and tourists. In the tourism sector, I thought it was interesting. A good bit of attention paid to the Pilgrim Experience Program, sort of recognizing the tremendous growth opportunity in and of itself in the Pilgrims experience. We did a segment on Mutawaf, which is sort of part of this, making that experience a little more organized, a little more formalized. You'll be pleased, a discussion of Giga Projects in this section. And we've wondered before what is and what is not a Giga Project. So this report helpfully names 7. And if you've seen this on the YouTube version, the video version, I think we're going to have little real nice graphics of each of the 7 Giga Projects.
Right there, if you're looking right there.
Right there. Chapter 3 highlights reforms, including the new companies law, steps to improve competitiveness, the Saudi's regional HQ program, and livability. Chapter 4 focuses on recent deals in key sectors. The point being that these are deals and movement in sectors that are helping in terms of diversification. I'll run those down really quickly. So, because this is all included, remember, 78 pages of triumph. Advanced manufacturing, information and communication technology, sports, entertainment, entrepreneurship, financial sector, health and life sciences, renewable energy, transport and logistics, and water. Chapter 5, useful rundown actually on local and international investment events that MISA organized a report of, were part of. This is something like, Lucian, back in the day, we could never find this info. It was scattered everywhere. Mm-hmm. Here it is laid out nicely, what they did, and including the Select USA Investment Summit in Washington in June, and also the Select USA Roundtable in June, with our friends at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Chapter 6 includes an interesting frequently asked question guide and other resources. I like this section because it has QR codes for easy access to investor services manual, licensing portal, regional headquarters program like relocation services, et cetera. Incentives, financial, non-financial loans, utility abatement, tax credits, export financing. Throughout, I should note that the National Investment Strategy, which was launched in 2021, and MISA is a big part of this, has a load of initiatives, and it's designed to attract investments. So that's referenced throughout the document. So that's your review of the second quarter 2022 MISA, economic report. As I said, it's a fun read, and this is a long one, big thing, but it doesn't begin to fully cover the topic, cover what's in this report. The report is for you if you're interested in doing business in Saudi Arabia, if you're already doing business in Saudi Arabia, or if you're just a little weird like me and go for a torrent of data and commentary in an attractive package. This is the read for you.
Richard, I'm shocked that you did not mention that we used to produce a very similar report like this. Sort of stopped doing it around 2015, 2016, but it was usually around 32 pages and was sort of a broader look at the whole economy. And we had it all ginned up with really nice graphics, and it took 6 months to put together, just the two of us. So both of us know, and you said it perfectly, looking for this data, getting it from the internet, like trying to find it in many different places took forever. And to see it all in one place is very Vision 2030. It's very like, hey, here's literally everything you need to know. What the progress is, MISA says it oversaw 49 major deals valued at $925 million in that quarter, 2,000 new jobs in the local economy. And there is so much in here. Richard, also Saudia Group interview in there as well, if you're interested in the airline space. Just
lots of interviews.
Yeah, and it's just so well produced. It's so easy to read. Usually for economic reports, it's, hey, here's a cover graphic and then data, which is great. But if you're looking for something a little bit more easy to read, perhaps on a plane ride, this thing does it. It's really, really well done. So kudos to the producers of this report, MISA. And you can see it at investsaudi.com right now. We also have it on our website, sustg.com.
Yeah, we'll
fantastic.
We'll include a link for sure.
Yeah, we'll include a link. But yeah, check it out. And, these guys are doing really good work. And so we are excited already for the third quarter of 2022 investment highlights report. We will be staying up late waiting for it.
A correction will come at some point. It has to slow down, but these last two have been pretty fabulous. And for those of you out there that like these reports, like I do and like Lucian does, maybe we should start a group.
We should, or an offshoot podcast where we just get really into it and go graph by graph.